Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be going through the 7 different nose shapes and how to correct them. Now, I say the word correct, don't think there's anything wrong with having whatever nose shape you have. This is just a tutorial on contouring, because in contouring, the nose, all we tend to see is 2 lines down the sides of the nose and assume that that's going to suit everybody, and it doesn't. So I'm going to go through this with you so you can understand all the different nose shapes. So let's make a start. So the first nose shape is the flat nose. So I'm going to get a contouring product and my number 18 brush. Now I'm going to go much darker and lighter with highlighting and contouring so that you're able to see the placement. So with a flat nose, when you're looking directly at somebody, the bridge of the nose doesn't appear very defined, so it looks kind of flat. So this is the standard one where all you do is start from the brow and draw a straight line all the way down. This is the easiest nose to correct. And it really is that simple. That's how you contour a flat nose. With a flat nose, you don't need to apply any highlight to the actual bridge either. Okay, so the next nose shape is the triangular nose, which is basically where the nose is much wider here than it is up here. So this needs to be corrected in a slightly different way. So we'll start with the contouring aspect first. So with a triangular nose, you want to contour right here and here. So it's basically about 1.5 inches, 2 inches in this direction. So just this section here. And then you want to add a highlight. So again, remember I'm using much lighter colors. You want to add the highlight area right here, because we want to add more light to this inner corner to add balance. And that is how you correct a triangular nose. Okay, so the next nose shape is the crooked nose. Now the crooked nose tends to be similar with like a broken nose, or where it's genuinely crooked, not an indentation, it actually kind of moves over. So again, a relatively easy one to correct. Same principle as the flat nose. We're drawing 2 straight lines. Now if this is the side that's crooked, so say it goes in, all you need to do is draw a straight line, exactly straight, so you go over the crooked area, but in a straight line. Don't follow the groove. You want to go over it in an entirely straight line. And again, you're coming up to the eyebrow with this nose shape. And with the highlight, again, it has to be in a straight line for this. Very important, don't go into the actual, you want it to be straight. And that is how you correct a crooked nose. Okay, so the next nose shape is the bulbous nose. So this requires a slightly different correction. So we're going to start at the top and we want to come down about 1/3 of the way, almost halfway. So this is where we start the work. Then we stop and we then contour here. So we leave out this gap right in the middle, and that's where the highlight is going to go. So we place the highlight in this area. And if you find that your nose shape requires a little bit more enhancing, whereas if you've got a bulbous nose but it's very, very thin here, you can always bring this highlight out ever so slightly as well. And that is how you correct a bulbous nose. Okay, so the next nose shape is the irregular nose. So what this basically, hang on a sec, a little bit of contour still going on here. Dab it away. Okay, so the irregular nose. Now an irregular nose is not the same as a crooked nose. An irregular nose is where there's an indentation. So it's like there's like a little, well, like an indentation really. Right, say we're going to use it right here. When this happens, you don't contour the nose. You could contour straight down one side, but why add more work if you really don't need it? So with an irregular nose, if there is an indentation here, all you do is add highlight to the area that is indented. So it would be here as an example. Now, if you did need to contour the nose because you need to make the bridge a bit narrower, then contour in a straight line, and then a straight line, stop before the highlight, and then continue on the tip. So you're missing out this bit, otherwise you're going to make an irregular nose look even more irregular, and that is how you correct an irregular nose. Okay, so the next nose type is the shadow nose bridge, which basically means that this area of the nose is very, very prominent. So where it starts here is very, very prominent and looks very, very heavy. You don't need to do any contouring to the nose itself. You need to add a highlight to this area here, and it kind of bleeds up level with the top of the eyebrows, and then you blend it off. So you would blend off up here and down here. The hardest part of the highlight will be right here in the center, and that will instantly correct and give more dimension to, you know, a very shadowed, heavy area of nose on this section. And that is how you correct the kind of heavy bridge nose. Okay, so the next nose shape is the very, very narrow nose. Again, we need no contour for this, because if you've got a very narrow nose, if you contour down it, you're going to make it look even narrower, and that's never the goal. So you need to take your highlight, and instead of contouring, you take the highlight shade and you apply it down the sides of the nose. And you notice I'm using the flat side this time because I want to create more of a highlight. It needs to be thicker because we're trying to make the nose look wider. And just follow it down. And that is how you correct a narrow nose. And that's it, that's the video tutorial. So I hope you found it useful and helpful. So you can see that it's not just a case of having to put two lines down the side of your nose. Everybody has a different nose shape, and everything needs slightly different tweaking depending on the look that you're trying to achieve. Just for fun, because we've seen all of these and my nose shape fits into one of these, let me know which one you think my nose shape is. You can actually see it transform as I'm doing it, so it's really, really cool. But let me know. I never ever contour my nose in case you're wondering, for videos or for anything, because it is what it is and I don't want to be dealing with it. But a lot of people do, and it's perfectly fine. I have done a video like this, but it was many, many years ago, so it was time to update it, and here it is. I do hope you found it useful. Please like this video and share and all the rest, because I would really appreciate it, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Okay, so click it. You see this? Click my box. Now how good an offer is that? That's it. Click my box. If you are suffering or have, you know, when you're applying your foundation and suddenly every single hair on your face stands on end, it makes your face look you know, like really hairy, and there's no need for it, then click this box, that's me, and it will take you to a video where I explain how to lay down foundation so that the hair on your face lays down really, really smoothly. You know, that peach kind of fuzzy hair, so that it lays down smoothly and you don't end up looking like Chewbacca. Thanks so much, bye bye.